Well, hello, Executive Board of the Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention. Greetings to you from all the churches of Wisconsin. Thank you for all your partnership in the gospel with all the Southern Baptist churches that are located here in Wisconsin, especially our church planting efforts. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the church planting catalyst for Wisconsin, and I would like to share a quick Bible passage with you before I give my report. I feel like it is the heart of what we do together as Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention, North American Mission Board, and Southern Baptist. Philippians chapter 1, verse 3 through 5 says this: I thank my God in all my remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine for you all, making my prayer with joy because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. And that partnership really was miraculous for Paul because he was in a Roman jail, yet it spread to the Praetorian Guard, to some of the most important people in the Roman army. And it spread because people were excited. And I think we have exciting work taking place here throughout Wisconsin. In the top part of our state, in Ashland, Wisconsin, we have Wilkie Richmond ministering to Native Americans. He's in his fifth year, and as he has been ministering to them, he is working with Bible studies at the Bad River Association, the Red Cliff Association. I happened to visit him the first week in August. Met a young lady who is a waitress at a restaurant who came to Christ in a jail, is now plugged into one of his small groups, seeing changed lives take place through the ministry of Wilkie. I do ask that you just pray along with me, as Wilkie's house burned down just a week or so after we were there, and we have been working on getting him aid, and we thank you also for the aid that has been sent by the Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention to help Wilkie and his family. I also like to share with you about another people group that's very difficult to reach, the Muslims in the greater Milwaukee area. 20,000 Muslims exist in Milwaukee. We have a church planter there named Issa Safadi, who actually worked with, planted churches with Syrian refugees as they came into Jordan. And we're very blessed to have Issa and his wife Deanna there at Milwaukee Arabic Church. I was there for the launch on July 6th, when they launched with more than 20 people in their church. And we're thankful for your partnership with Issa as well. I'd also like to bring to your attention churches that are taking place here in Madison. One church is called Shalom Christian Assembly, pastored by Johnson Onwuka, a Nigerian who is leading people to Christ and has a Friday night core group meeting that is going into a Sunday meeting later here in September. And Johnson has led people to Christ that are dealing with addictions and people that are in trouble with legal activity. One example is a man he led to Christ is a guy who can only come to church for an hour because he has to get back home due to the restrictions that he's on with his probation officer. And it's just some really inspiring stories like that. Of course, Doxa Church is here in Madison. Doxa Church is a church now running over 200 people on Sunday morning, pastored by Rob Warren. It's been started by Cornerstone Church and the Salt Company Network based out of Ames, Iowa. And that is where many people ask me, where am I a member? And so my wife, Debbie, and I are members there at the Salt Company Church called Doxa Church here in Madison. I would also like to bring up one other church plant that kind of encapsulates what we're after, because as the human population, we have more than 80% of us will reproduce in our lifetime. Yet in churches, only less than 4% of our churches reproduce. And we're trying to instill in all of our churches here, all our church plants even, the need to reproduce. And one church that is taking that on is Resonate Church in Janesville, Wisconsin, pastored by Jesse Bernick. They're ending their third year, yet they have started a new work called Casa de Oración Janesville. A church planter named Jose Baker is now meeting in his church, and Jose and Jesse are working together to reach the Hispanics of Janesville and Beloit, Fort Atkinson, the surrounding towns around Janesville. And all these, we are blessed with the partnership of the Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention, your staff members. They have helped year-round on numerous occasions, topics, planters, pastors, and so we're so thankful. I would also like to say that we're developing partnerships from around the country. A couple key ones this past year are First Baptist Charlestown, Indiana, and the Southside Baptist Network in Atlanta, Georgia, where Ray Gentry is the associational mission strategist. And the Southside Network has committed to helping 3 of our church plants and helping them with money that is really going to help them to be sustainable, to sustain their families here in the early years of their church plants. And so we're so thankful for them. Of course, we're thankful for the partnership that exists with the Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention and the Missouri Baptist Convention, as we've had new Missouri partners been coming all year long to help many of our different churches, and we look forward to partnering with Missouri for the years to come. So with all that, we just want to say thank you for your partnership in the gospel, and we just look forward to seeing how we are going to keep working together and how God's going to use us. And we just do it all for God's glory as we work together in partnership with the gospel. May God bless you all as you serve with the executive board of the Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention.